Hello and welcome to the Bay Area Case Studies Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for being with us here today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You may use your Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many different sessions. It is our last session for the evening, but keep in mind that this session, along with all of the others, have been recorded and they will be available to you within about a week at strivescan.com/BACS. I will put that link in the chat as well. But now for the main event, we have a wonderful group of institutions here for you this evening, and I am going to turn it over. We're going to get started this evening with DePaul University, whenever you are ready.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Good evening. We're glad you're joining us. My name is Annie Mills, and I'm DePaul University's regional representative based in San Diego. I work specifically with students in California, Nevada, Alaska, and Hawaii. DePaul is a private Catholic institution in the heart of Chicago, Illinois. We have an undergraduate population of about 14,500 students. So while we do have big school resources, and we're in the third largest city in the US, your academic experience at DePaul is going to be very personal and small by design. Our average class size is 22, and 90% of our classes have fewer than 40 students. Our student body is very diverse and really reflects the diversity of our global community and certainly of the city of Chicago as well. 40% of our students come to DePaul from out of state, and California is actually first represented, which thrills me, of course. 44% of our freshmen are students of color, and 35% of our freshmen are the first in their family to earn a college degree. While we are a Catholic school at DePaul, the DePaul experience really is as Catholic as you make it. We have students from over 40 different faith and non-faith backgrounds on campus. You may have guessed we were named for St. Vincent de Paul. He dedicated his life to ending cycles of poverty and social injustice, and we really aim to keep that Vincentian tradition alive. We prepare all of our students to think and act with others in mind, using their higher education as a means to engage cultural, religious, social, and ethical values in service to others. Now, our students at DePaul split their time between two campuses in the city of Chicago. Our Lincoln Park campus, which we call our urban neighborhood campus, has a much more traditional feel with a quad, 11 residence halls, a student center, a big library. It's where you'd be most likely to see a student kind of rolling out of bed before class, tossing on a DePaul hoodie, and running across the quad. A 15-minute ride away on public transportation is our campus in Chicago's financial district called our Loop campus. Here, instead of walking across the quad, you'll take an elevator to class, and you'd be much more likely to see sorry for that road noise. You'd be much more likely to see a student going to class in a blazer, maybe coming straight from an internship, job shadowing, or informational interview with a DePaul alum in the city. Almost all of our students are going to take classes on both campuses, and they're very easily connected by the public transportation that you can see at the bottom of the slide. Academically, our students do pick from over 300 different options. Some of our most popular programs are housed in our College of Business and our conservatory-style programs in theater and music. Our science and health-focused degrees are strong, and we have accelerated options for students interested in medical-related professions that let them skip their medical areas entrance test. And then the College of Computing and Digital Media is our fastest growing school at DePaul and is home to our most popular major for students from California, which is film and television. Animation and game design are there, and they're also popular too. We have several honors options at DePaul, a university-wide program, and then business and health science options as well, and a 3+3 accelerated program with our law school where you can get a bachelor's and JD in 6 instead of 7. If you're undecided, if you like a lot of things, that's fine. We're very double major and minor friendly across our schools and colleges, and we embrace change. As long as you're in good academic standing, you can change your major at any time. Our students are very involved on campus. We have over 400 different clubs and organizations. So as a student, you can do anything from cheer on our NCAA Division I Blue Demons, play club and intramural sports, participate in outdoor adventure programs. We have political, religious, and academically focused clubs, and about 10% of our students are in fraternities and sororities. In one afternoon, you can help plan Fest, our annual on-campus music festival. You can watch a friend perform in an improv show or on stage in DePaul Theater, and then you can go enjoy the evening and sample the local fare with the Pizza Club, a little bit of everything. To help our students get used to the city, all freshmen take a seminar in their first quarter called the Chicago Quarter Class. In that class, you go on site visits and explore the city using one of over 100 different topics as a lens. This coming fall, our students will take classes on the Cubs, crime and politics in Chicago, improv in the city, or art and public sculpture. In that last class, you'll go on group excursions to the Art Institute and the Bean, of course, the most Instagrammed object in the city, but you'll also get out of the Loop and Lincoln Park and get to explore new neighborhoods. You'll visit murals in Pilsen, and you'll get to know how the history of that community impacts the experience of its residents and the art that they create. The class is a great way to explore new neighborhoods and learn how to use the L in the buses that are so integral to your success and mobility. And then you'll also get to know resources on campus, like the Writing Center, the Career Center, and our Center for Students with Disabilities. Speaking of the Career Center, we're very proud of our outcomes at DePaul. 6 months after graduation, 91% of our students are employed, continuing their education, or exploring other options. The Career Center and their resources, freshman to senior year, and a lifetime worth of resources after you graduate are crucial, as is the experiential learning you're required to do in your junior year, which usually looks like an internship, study abroad, or intensive community-based service learning project. If this sounds interesting to you, eventually you'll apply on the Common Application. Just like Jefferson, we utilize a holistic application review process. So we look at a whole lot of different things in your review, including the potential for test scores. We have been test optional for 10 years for admission decisions, as well as merit-based scholarships and honors programs. So if you're considering DePaul, feel free to really think about how you want to highlight your strengths in the application. If a test score doesn't reflect who you are as a student, or you don't have one, that's no problem. There are a great, I went a little too fast, there we go. There are a great many ways to connect with DePaul these days, and there's a lot more to tell you about than what I covered here. I didn't really even mention housing, study abroad, the volunteer work our students do in the city. There's so much more to this than to being a Blue Demon. Reach out, let me know how I can help. I will drop my information into the chat, and I will see if anything comes into the Q&A as well. So that is all for DePaul, and thanks for being here.
What an awesome way to get us started tonight. Thank you so much, DePaul University. We're going to hear from another wonderful institution next, and that is Chapman University, whenever you are ready.
Perfect. All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Marie Burry-Lowe, and I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admission at Chapman. I've been at the university for the last 6 or 7 years, and always worked with students in the Bay Area, so I am very excited to be chatting with you tonight. Chapman is a mid-sized private liberal arts and pre-professional institution with about 7,500 students that are at the undergraduate level. That means that you're going to have an average class of around 23 to 24 students, which really gives you this personalized approach and ability to connect with your faculty members in such a personalized way. You'll connect with them, be able to raise your hand in class, they'll know you by your name, and some of them may even bring you pizza in the library when you're studying for midterms or finals or something along those lines too. There are many different majors and minors for students to choose from at Chapman, with nearly 10 different schools and colleges. So quite a bit to choose from, everything ranging from education, communication, engineering, sciences, business, film, performing arts, so many different options. Chapman does still have that general education curriculum that you'll be taking, but you also get to jump into your major in your first semester of your first year. It really allows our students to personalize your education and also get super hands-on pretty quickly. We want you to get your hands dirty. It's really important to your experience, and then we'll certainly help you as you think about jobs and internships a little bit later on. Our students are coming from nearly 48 different states and nearly 80 different countries around the world, so you'll certainly be meeting students with different backgrounds and different perspectives and things than you. Additionally, about 53% of Chapman students do end up studying abroad while they're at the university. Some of this is really made flexible by our schedule. We have a 4-1-4 system, which really allows students to take the January term in the middle of your year, take one extra class during that time. It could be study abroad, it could be a class on campus. It's already included in the cost of your attendance and allows our students to really be flexible when it comes to adding other majors, adding other minors. Some students are adding double minors and getting creative as they see fit. When it comes to location, we're really located in the heart of Orange County, California. We're about 10 to 12 minutes from Disneyland and Angel Stadium. So you certainly, if you know where Disneyland is, you know where we are. We're about 20 minutes from the beaches and just south of LA, north of San Diego. You have that ability of Southern California to really get into the mountains in the winter and ski and snowboard, and then hit the beach in the afternoon and go surfing or paddle boarding and things of that sort. Now, not only does our location really play into some of the fun aspects of your experience, but it can really also play into some of your professional experiences too. There's nearly 85,000 different businesses, at least in the Orange County and Southern California area, that you'll be able to explore. When it comes to jobs and internships, nearly 80% of our students are doing at least one internship while they're a student at the university, and over 90% of our students are having some sort of culminating senior experience. For each student, this will look a little bit different. For some students, that's creating a business plan. For some students, that's teaching. If you're an education student, maybe that's creating your own film, getting on stage and performing, all different kinds of things, doing undergraduate research that you'll be having opportunities to get those hands dirty, and then will make you really competitive when you are thinking about that job and internship post-graduation. Chapman's campus is really community oriented. There's so much going on with nearly 200 different clubs and organizations to choose from, and D3 athletics. There's lots happening. Our campus is open to the community, and so you'll find that you'll see people just kind of walking through with their dog and that kind of thing. It's definitely a family-friendly and safe area for you. Chapman is an institution that is constantly on the move and continually growing. Our size really allows us to be quite nimble in adding new programs, adding new facilities and things as our students have the demand for them, and as we see that with the industry. The Keck Center for Science and Engineering is our newest space on campus. It really has a theme of science, science in focus, and so it's on display in every area of that building, and it's allowing our students to do quite a bit of undergraduate research and really get in there pretty quickly. In addition to this, we've just recently opened the K, which is a student housing facility for junior, sophomore, junior, senior students. It's all apartment style and located right on campus. We've already talked a little bit about activities, but we're also Division III in terms of our athletics, and we definitely would encourage you to reach out to any of the coaches if you have questions about teams, or even if you're interested in specific clubs or organizations, you're welcome to reach out, and I'm happy to provide more information on that as well. Our clubs really range everything from cultural and religious clubs and organizations to the just for fun kind of things, watching bad movies, enjoying the outdoors, all different kinds of things that you can jump into. In terms of our admission process, we had over 15,000 students apply this past year with an acceptance rate of about 57%. That GPA that you're seeing on there is weighted and recalculated, so we'll go through that process with you as you're applying for admission to the institution. And nearly 80% of our students applied as test optional this year. This was a decision that we actually made just before COVID, and so with that, we're excited that it's really rooted in institutional research and will be test optional just moving forward. So no need to submit a test score if you don't have one or you don't feel like your score is representative of your academic ability. We have our different deadlines on the screen here too, but I think it's important to mention that a handful of our programs do have a requirement to apply early, and those programs are on your screen as well, and I'm happy to talk to you about those specifics as we move forward. Financial aid is definitely a big piece of our process too. Many students are receiving financial aid, and I want to make sure that we're able to stay connected as we move from here. So I'll put my information in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you at some point soon, hopefully in person next time. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much, Chapman University. Fantastic presentation. We're going to hear now from Providence College. Providence College, whenever you are ready, take it away.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. My name is Martin Vaughn. I am one of the Associate Deans in the Office of Admission at Providence College, located, hopefully you know this and can read that, in Providence, Rhode Island. Now, if you were to Google, or I don't know if anybody actually uses real dictionaries anymore, but if you were to look up the definition of Providence, you would see that it is God's plan or protection for your life. And I really love all the definitions that you see here from our faculty, our current students, some recent graduates. but I really want you to define Providence for yourself. We are a Dominican Catholic liberal arts and sciences college that also has a business school. We're the first school in the country, or the only school in the nation, run by Dominican friars. So we have about 50 friars who live and work actively on campus, many of which, as you can imagine, are in campus ministry, certainly some on the faculty, and even one in the admissions office. And they're definitely an integral part of the PC experience. The city of Providence, we love being the biggest city and the smallest state in the country. Located, in the heart of New England, just an hour south of Boston, about 3 hours from New York City. Providence is the state capital of Rhode Island, with a metro population of just under 200,000 residents, and we sit just 2 miles from downtown Providence, really allowing our students easy access to the city, providing great opportunities for academic, co-curricular, certainly social engagement. It's a very college or student-friendly city, as you can see. 5 colleges, universities in the city, tons of other college students. So definitely, if you're a foodie like me, if you're a sports fan, or certainly if you're a history buff, I think Providence could be an absolutely great fit. I really feel like our undergraduate population, as you can see, of just over 4,100, really naturally creates interaction with faculty and staff. I think it's large enough to provide a host of options for you, while also being intimate enough that you don't ever really feel overwhelmed. So across our 3 schools, we have 53 majors and 40 minors from which you can choose. Our largest single major is biology, but over 40% of our students are enrolled in the business school. You can see the 4 majors listed there: finance, accounting, marketing, and management. And then we also offer a 4+1 MBA program. We were the first school in the country to offer a bachelor's degree in public and community service studies. But I really feel like our most unique program is our health policy and management major. Some other notable programs at PC are definitely creative writing, our biochem program, as well as musical theater. And certainly we are excited to announce a brand new major in music technology and production. So in non-COVID times, so hopefully soon, other foreign countries will allow us to visit them once again, but study abroad is a huge part of life at PC. You can see a large number of our students participating each year. And this could be a wide array of opportunities. Could be your traditional semester, year-long study abroad program, or certainly could be something like a Maymester, which is a 2 to 3 week faculty-led study abroad opportunity. There are 300 different options available in over 40 countries, so definitely something for everyone. Providence offers over 120 student-led organizations from which you can choose. So whatever you're involved with currently at your school, in all likelihood, we have it at Providence. So whether it's our esports team, to the Gaelic Dance Society, to the Outdoor Adventure Club, definitely something for everyone. We were voted the #2 school in the country last year by the Princeton Review for intramural sports participation, with over 53% of our students participating. And while the official name of the city is Providence, I prefer to refer to it as Friartown. We are Division I for athletics. We're members of the Big East Conference. Our hockey programs can participate in the Hockey East Conference. The student group you see there on the right, probably my favorite student organization, the Friar Fanatics. And what better student organization to be a part of than a group that is simply dedicated to supporting Friar athletics. And our primary mascot, Dom, is annually voted one of the scariest mascots in all of college sports. And if you don't believe me, you can Google that. So I want to talk briefly about the admissions review process. Our biggest deciding factor, the biggest driving force, I should say, behind all of our decisions will always be the strength of your curriculum. How much have you challenged yourself in comparison to what's available to you at your school? We do also recalculate GPAs, so the number that we use internally in our evaluation process is going to look a lot more like your unweighted GPA in the admissions process. We're Common App exclusive, and we have been test optional for 15 years. So that's definitely been part of the process. So whether admission to Providence, merit-based scholarships, or the honors program, no test scores are required. Certainly, I hope that in maybe later this spring, or obviously this summer, we'll be able to expand our in-person visit opportunities. But until then, I really hope that you have a chance to enjoy and check out some of our virtual visit options. So I will put my contact information in the chat box with links to some of our virtual online programming. And we're going to keep it in New England, actually, and turn things over to my friend Jesus from the University of Vermont. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Providence College. You got it. We are staying on the East Coast here. We're going to hear from the University of Vermont. I want to remind everyone as Vermont gets ready here that the Q&A function is open. So make sure you're getting those questions in for our panelists today. All right, the floor is yours, University of Vermont.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. How's it going, everybody? My name is Jesus Ramirez, Regional Associate Director for the Office of Admissions. I'm also based in San Diego, so I think we're in the same time zone, and I manage the entire West Coast for the University of Vermont. So we decided to apply to the university. I'll be your admissions counselor and guide you through the whole admission process. And the University of Vermont, it's a public research institution with about 10,000 undergraduate students. In terms of academics, we have a lot of different majors, anywhere from agriculture, arts and sciences, nursing, business, engineering, environmental studies. So there's a lot of different programs. Every single program is a direct entry program, including our nursing program, engineering, and business. So if you know what you want to study, you can start working on those programs right away. Otherwise, there's plenty of different options. Some unique programs include our animal sciences for students that want to go into becoming a vet. We have a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD in food systems. So we take our food very seriously. And we're also very passionate about environmental studies. That is a program that you can study at 3 out of the 7 colleges at the University of Vermont. In addition to our 7 different colleges, we also have a medical school and a hospital right on campus, which provides a lot of exposure for students interested in the health and natural sciences. Fun fact, UVM is the 5th oldest university in New England after Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, and Brown. But if you've been to our campus or browsed our website, you'll see that a lot of our buildings are actually pretty new. A few years ago, we opened our brand new residence hall right on Central Campus. It's our newest residential community, which hosts our wellness environment. A couple of years ago, we opened our new STEM facility, which is a great facility not only for our students in the sciences and engineering programs, but also our students. And we're in the process of building a brand new multi-purpose athletic facility, which we're really excited about. As a medium-sized institution, our students really like the fact that at UVM, they're able to find, it's sort of the perfect size, big enough where they're able to find all the resources associated with a large public research institution, but small enough where they're able to get to know the professors, may make some meaningful relationships. Our average class about 32 students, and the overall faculty to student ratio is 1:18. Our students also like the fact that at UVM, they're able to open or find urban and open spaces. We're located in the city of Burlington, which is a super fun college town. Montpelier is about a 30-minute drive, and Montreal, Canada is about an hour and a half away from Burlington. But also our campus is surrounded by beautiful green mountains and Lake Champlain just down the street, which provides great opportunities for either research or recreational activities. As a Division I school, there's many exciting things happening at UVM, athletics being one of them. We have 18 varsity sports for those of you who want to become catamounts, represent us in the courts. Our hockey and basketballs are super exciting, but we also have club sports, intramurals. We have a Greek system and over 200 clubs and organizations to be part of. But at the end of the day, what really excites our students are academics. Every single student has an academic advisor, which will ensure that our students find a 4-year pathway to success. And for those students that are wanting to get their bachelor's and master's within 5 years, we have about 40 different accelerated programs. At UVM, over 70% of our students come from outside of Vermont, which is pretty unique for a public research institution. And that creates a really strong sense of community. Our students live in different learning communities where they match their interests, whether it be inside the classroom or outside the classroom where they're living environment. Some of these learning communities include arts and creativity, leadership and social change, and wellness environment, among others. As you're getting ready to for the admission process, at UVM, we use the holistic approach And you can submit your application either to the Common App or My Coalition. At the point of admissions, all students will be automatically considered for a merit scholarship and also considered for our honors program. Our merit scholarships are based on academics. So if you have a strong GPA, you'll be eligible for a strong scholarship. Our scholarships range from $8,000 to $20,000. And so the stronger the GPA, the better scholarship you get. There's no additional application for these merit scholarships. Your admission application will be your merit scholarship application. We're test optional for fall 2022 and fall 2023, and you can submit your applications through those different sites. And to conclude my presentation, many Californians students always ask me to describe a typical UVM student, which is a little bit difficult just because we have over 10,000 students and we have so many students from all over the US and even internationally. But among our student body, we do have some commonalities. The first is that our students come because they're attracted to our academics. They want to be able to connect our faculty and conduct research as an undergraduate student. The second one is that they love the outdoors, whether it be running or swimming in the nice sunny months or skiing and snowboarding during the winter months. Our students love the outdoors. And lastly, our students are environmentally conscious, whether it's something they want to study at UVM or just be exposed to. Our students want to make a more sustainable world with their academics. So hopefully that sparked some interest in the University of Vermont. There's my contact information and feel free to reach out. Good night.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, University of Vermont. Loved hearing that presentation. We're going to keep going to another fantastic institution. Next, we're going to hear from Oberlin College. Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Cummings. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Oberlin College of Arts and Sciences, and I am coming to you from my home in Cleveland, Ohio. So it is almost 11:30 p.m. my time, a little past my bedtime, but I'm happy to be with you nonetheless. I do work with all of our applicants from California. About 12% of our students do come from the state of California alone, although we have students from all 50 states, about 40 different international countries, and actually only about 5% of our students come from the state of Ohio, which is where we're located. So because this is a short presentation, I'm going to just tell you three key takeaways about Oberlin that I think will help you get to know us a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about is how we are a big, small school in the context of liberal arts colleges. And so what I mean by that is that we have all of the benefits of sort of a small, residential, 100% undergraduate college. We have an average class size of 18 students. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. And so you definitely will get those experiences. However, we are a little bit on the larger side for an undergraduate school with about 2,900 total students enrolled between our two divisions. And with that, we're able to just offer a little bit more in the way of majors and programs. So we have 50 different academic majors and programs in our liberal arts school and about 25 majors in our music school. Altogether, there's about 1,400 courses offered per year, ranging from historical harpsichord performance to pirates and piracy in times past. And if you were to peruse our course catalog, you would notice that there really is quite a breadth and diversity in our curricular offerings. We also have a large campus with 440 acres and some of the research and academic facilities that you'd more often find at a larger institution. So for example, among our science faculty, we currently have $5.25 million in active NSF grant funding to support research that is happening on campus. And some of the equipment we have includes a brand new supercomputer, NMR spectrometers, confocal microscopes, a cell culture lab, a greenhouse, an observatory and planetarium, as well as 4 libraries on our campus, which total 2.4 million items in holding. And so in terms of our size, we're still small enough where you'll definitely recognize students you see across campus day to day, but every year you'll meet new students and you'll definitely never know absolutely everybody. So the next key feature I want to tell you about is how Oberlin fuses rigorous academics with the creative arts like no other place. And so you may have heard about the fact that Oberlin really is 2 schools on 1 campus. And so Oberlin College is our liberal arts school with about 2,300 undergraduates attending, all of whom are pursuing a Bachelor's of Arts degree in one of our academic programs of study. But then we also have our world-class Conservatory of Music offering Bachelor's of Music degrees, predominantly in music performance in a pre-professional program. And there are about 550 students who study in the conservatory. It is the oldest conservatory of music continually operating in the United States, and it's renowned internationally. And then students who do study in the college are able to still take advantage of everything the conservatory has to offer. So whether you want to continue with private lessons or use the facilities such as the 150 practice rooms, or if you're just a music lover and want to attend concerts, we have an average of 500 live musical concerts on campus per 9-month academic year, including 3 operas a year. And so Oberlin is really a place where you can fuse those musical interests with your academics, whether you want to pursue a degree from each school, which is an option called double degree. About 200 students do that program. Or if you're just a student in the college who wants to continue with musical study, there's all kinds of options along the way at your pace and level. Students in the college also have access to our renowned art museum on campus, the Allen Memorial Art Museum, which has over 15,000 pieces of work. And we run a popular program called Art Rental, which allows students to actually rent pieces of art from the museum for just $5 a piece to hang in their dorm room. We have over 450 pieces, including originals like by Picasso, Dali, Matisse, Chagall, that students can rent from the collection. And then outside of the visual and studio arts and music, we have a robust theater program with 40 theater and dance performances per year, as well as our own creative writing department entirely separate from English, one of our most popular majors, and a film program that runs out of our historic 1913 music theater that we have renovated for use by our cinema studies department. So for students interested in merging academics and creative pursuits and in collaborating across artistic forms, Oberlin's really among the best environments where both are emphasized and encouraged. And the last key takeaway I want to talk about is our longstanding commitment to social engagement and diversity. Our history as an institution is incredibly important to our identity. We're known as being a college of firsts for the early roles we played in setting important precedents for higher education. We were founded 1833, 2 years later, 1835, became the first college or university in the country to adopt a policy of admitting students regardless of their race. And by the turn of the 20th century, 1/3 of all African Americans who had earned a bachelor's degree in this country had earned it specifically at Oberlin College. And then just 2 years after that, in 1837, we began admitting women as the first school to become coeducational in the country. And so in conclusion, those are my 3 takeaways. We are the big, small school, an institution that fuses academics and the arts like no other place, and one that is firmly committed to social engagement and diversity. I look forward to answering any questions you may have, and thank you for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you for that presentation, Oberlin College. Very inspiring. Okay, we are going to close out this portion of tonight's event by hearing from the University of Richmond. Take it away whenever you are ready.
All righty. Hi, everybody. My name is Heather Selby. I'm an admission officer from the University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia. And tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different because it's hard to talk really fast. Everyone else is doing a great job, but I don't want to try speed talking. So I am going to show you a really awesome video from the University of Richmond admission YouTube page that provides a nice overview about academics, the student experience, the overall feel to the University of Richmond, and finally outcomes from receiving a degree. So I'll play this video for you, and then at the end go over how to apply to Richmond.
It starts within you. An idea, a passion, a desire to change the world, and a drive to challenge yourself. It starts within you, and it leads here to the University of Richmond. Located on a beautiful 350-acre wooded campus just minutes away from downtown Richmond, we are a private university that gives you the best of both worlds, all the economic, professional, cultural, and social resources of a capital city, coupled with the vibrant, diverse, and inclusive community of our suburban college campus. From pristine Atlantic beaches to the Blue Ridge Mountains to our nation's capital, our central location can readily connect you to world-class cultural, recreational, educational, and professional opportunities. But it's the opportunities available right here on campus that are truly impressive. The University of Richmond is home to 3 undergraduate schools: the School of Arts and Sciences, the Robbins School of Business, and the Jepson School of Leadership Studies. However, there are no direct entry programs for any of these schools. What does that mean for you? Well, there's no pressure to immediately declare your major. Once you enroll, you'll have time and access to explore more than 100 majors, minors, and concentrations. Our average class size is only 16 students, all taught by real professors, no teaching assistants. We're also committed to undergraduate research and mentorship opportunities. That means you'll get the kind of personal attention you need when narrowing down your choices. Can't decide on one major? No worries. More than 2/3 of our students pursue multiple areas of study. We admit the most talented, accomplished students. Then we do everything we can to ensure you can bring your talents here. That includes meeting 100% of demonstrated financial need for all admitted students. When you're not in class, well, that's where the vibrant community we mentioned really comes into play. Over 90% of our students choose to live right here on campus. We're also home to more than 180 student organizations, from academic, cultural, leadership, religious, and honor societies to fine and performing arts, service organizations, and Greek life. If you have an interest in it, chances are there's an organization here waiting for you to join. Searching for something a little more competitive? Look no further than our intramural athletics or the 17 teams of our NCAA Division I Richmond Spiders. The Richmond experience isn't limited to what you can do on campus, though. 67% of Spiders study abroad through more than 70 programs across 35 countries. And when it comes to internships or research projects, we won't just encourage you, we can help you fund them. The Richmond Guarantee ensures that every undergraduate is eligible to receive up to $4,000 for an unpaid or underpaid summer internship or faculty-mentored research project. And does it pay off? In short, yes. Every year, we host more than 150 career workshops and conduct more than 600 interviews with job recruiters right here on campus. And when you graduate, you'll join more than 51,000 Spiders living and leading in all 50 states and 95 countries around the world. From Wall Street to Hollywood Boulevard to near-Earth orbit, wherever you go, you'll find that Spiders are everywhere, and that's a good thing. Our interconnected web and career preparation helped 94% of our grads find employment within 6 months of graduation. So, what's your idea? Your passion? Bring us your dream and we'll help you achieve it. There's no telling just how far it will take you, but we can tell you where it starts. It starts within you, and it thrives at Richmond.
Alrighty, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. I think it provides a really nice overview as to what the school offers and what makes it special and why our students enjoy their time there. If you are interested or planning to apply to Richmond in this upcoming fall, just remember that we can be found on both the Common Application and the Coalition Application. And in addition to all of the regular application components that universities require, we do also require one supplemental essay. So we ask the applicants write for about a 500 to 600 word essay. We offer 3 prompts. You just select your favorite of these 3. Try to show off your personality, your creative writing, and show us why you'd be a good fit for our Spider community. We will be test optional once again this upcoming year, and we did see this past year a 50-50 split, so 50% of our applicants did submit testing and 50% didn't. If you have more questions, I'd encourage you to register for an online information session, and you're more than welcome to reach out to me as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Fantastic. A great way to wrap up that portion of the event. Thank you so much, University of Richmond. All right, I'm now going to ask all of our panelists here to join me on video. We're going to move into a very brief Q&A where we get a chance to learn a little bit more about each of these institutions and their campuses specifically. So let me share my screen very quickly. The question I want to start with today is, what event or tradition on campus is your favorite and why? I'm going to stop my screen share and we're going to have DePaul University kick us off here.
Perfect. Awesome. So at DePaul, we're on the quarter system. So our students are taking finals 3 times throughout the year. So in order to incentivize them to do well, we host a midnight breakfast in advance of every finals week. Of course, they've been virtual this year, but we sent out a DePaul University recipe book with favorite recipes from folks across the institution to keep our students inspired in their pancake and finals week cooking and baking. And then we also did a live stream where students could request a pancake artist to create different things on a griddle and live stream that as well. So even though we couldn't all be together, we could still celebrate, and we certainly are looking forward to doing that in person again before Thanksgiving in 2021.
Fantastic. That is one of the most innovative turn to virtual programs that I've heard of. So props to you, DePaul University. Chapman University, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Well, I definitely want to sign up for this DePaul pancake situation. But one of my favorite event, traditions on campus is actually quite a few fountains on campus. And given the Southern California weather, it's always nice. And so it's a tradition for students by the time that they graduate to have fountain hopped and gotten in all of the on-campus fountains. So just a fun thing for students.
That's awesome. Do you know how many there are?
I don't know.
Okay,
there's a good number of them. You might be there. You might be in the pool, hanging out outside. You'll be somewhere in the water.
For people who like a challenge, I love it. Okay, Providence College, what's your favorite event or tradition?
One of my favorite traditions at Providence is called Civ Scream. We have a course called the Development of Western Civilization that all students will take in their first 2 years. It's a 4-semester class which covers really the history of human development from the Stone Age through to the modern era. And students are studying a variety of things in difficult texts and philosophy and literature, history, the arts, things like that. But in that spring semester of your second year, when you finish or turn in your last project or paper, literally the entire sophomore class will go out into the middle of campus and scream, literally scream in celebration that Civ is done. Now, the rest of the campus that's trying to sleep at that time usually isn't thrilled about that, but we've turned it into a campus-wide sort of celebration that those students have finished Civ.
Fantastic. I love that. Such a good way to literally kind of blow off that steam. Fantastic. Okay, University of Vermont, your favorite?
So it's way past my dinner time, so I'm also thinking about food. One of my favorite events at UVM is our Dairy and Cheese Fest. So Vermont is super well known for all dairy. And so you can sample all kinds of cheeses and ice cream. Ben & Jerry's was founded in Burlington, so there's endless samples of Ben & Jerry's. It takes place in February. So if you go like skiing, you can go out and ski and come back and have some cheese and ice cream.
Fantastic. Well, this Wisconsinite approves of anything cheese and dairy related. That sounds fantastic. Oberlin College, what is your favorite event?
So it's a difficult choice. I didn't tell you earlier, but I'm an alum of Oberlin, so I also had the student experience there. And I think I'd have to say that my favorite event is the biggest party of the year, which has been the case for decades, which is Drag Ball. And I like it for 3 reasons. I think it really showcases just how Oberlin is this inclusive, welcoming college. We have an entire month called Queer Fest, and it culminates in the Drag Ball event. So it's a whole month of actually educational programming, speakers coming to talk and celebrate about the queer community, but then we hire professional drag queens to perform from all over the country. So it's a pretty impressive show. And what I love about it too is that literally the entire campus participates. So you just have a whole campus-wide party celebrating drag event. It's really fun.
That sounds awesome. I also really love how you framed your answer in 3 points, just like your presentation. That was really great. Okay, University of Richmond, we will have you close this question for us.
Awesome. So I'm also an alum, and my favorite event at Richmond is the candlelight ceremony for our graduating seniors. The night before graduation, all of the graduating seniors stand around our lake in the center of our campus, and they hold candles, and our campus president speaks. There's singers and there are fireworks, and all of the students' families stand around the lake and watch the ceremony. And it is so special, and I was looking forward to it my entire time, and I loved it when I experienced it myself. So very special, very memorable.
It sounds like it. Wow, you've all done such a great job at pulling out really unique events for your campuses to help our attendees learn a little bit more about your culture. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for all of the information that you have shared with us this evening. I know I got a lot out of it, and I hope that all of our attendees did as well. In addition to thanking our panelists, I want to thank all of you who are here with us as attendees. Whether you are here live or you are catching this recording, we hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll go and do a little bit more searching on each of these campuses. I dropped a link in the chat, strivescan.com/BACS. That's where you can find the recording of this event and all of the others within about a week. And last but not least, when you close your event today, you're going to receive a very quick 4-question survey. Any feedback you can provide about today's event would be most appreciated. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Those on the East Coast, get to bed. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.